On the 16th of November 2020, we released a video on Eurofootball Daily entitled Why Real Madrid No Longer Sign Galacticos. In it, we outlined how the introduction of financial fair play saw Los Blancos revamp their recruitment strategy in the mid-2010s, moving it away from the trophy-laden big names to the stars of tomorrow with a higher sell-on value. Players such as Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, Fede Valverde and René Jesus were signed from South America before they became global stars, and the same methods were used in Europe, with young talents such as Odegaard, Ceballos, Brahim Diaz, Odriozola, Jovic, Mendy and Militao recruited to varying levels of success. This month though, we have already seen Luka Jovic sent back to Eintracht Frankfurt on loan, and Martin Odegaard seek out yet another temporary move, just 7 months after Real Madrid cut ties with academy graduate Sergio Reguilon and Achraf Hakimi. So with the 13-time European champions struggling to integrate the fruits of their new strategy and stalling on the pitch, today on EFD Explained we want to analyse why Real Madrid are failing their youth. The situation in Madrid. Real Madrid may have won their 34th league title in 2019-20, but it was far from a straightforward triumph. They lost 3 league games and only scored 70 league goals, their second lowest tally since 2006-07. And with the club failing to reach the Champions League quarter-finals for the second consecutive season, stalwart Sergio Ramos and Karim Benzema directly involved in 57% of their league goals, and 11 of their 15 most used players 28 or older, it was clear they were far from the finished article. But come July 2020, the club's profits had taken a €38 million hit in the pandemic. And so just a year on from spending a massive €360 million on transfers, Florentino Perez refused to loosen the purse strings and Zidane was instructed to make do. It's fair to say it hasn't gone to plan. The 13-time European champions lost 2 group matches and went into the final game knowing a draw would see them drop into the Europa League for the first time in their history, whilst a defeat would eliminate them from UEFA competition before Christmas for the first time since 1994-95. Their league form has also been decidedly average. 19 games into the season, they've dropped points against the likes of Elche and Osasuna and lost 3 league games. At the time of writing, they sit second in La Liga, 7 points behind rivals Atleti who have a game in hand. And to top it off, they backed up a Spanish Super Cup semi-final defeat with a Copa del Rey exit to third-tier side Alcoyano, the 5th time they have been defeated by a side 2 divisions below them this century. This defeat has been labelled by AS as one of the most embarrassing pages in Real's history, while Marca journalist Jose Felix Diaz claims the former Ballon d'Or winner hasn't spoken to his players in months. Taking all these factors into account, it's little surprise that Spanish football expert Guillem Balaguer says the hierarchy consider this the end of an era, and will likely make a managerial change this summer. Where did it go wrong? Even Zinedine Zidane's biggest fans can see that the 108-cap Frenchman has made numerous mistakes in the market. The 2019-20 campaign saw Sergio Reguilon truly emerge on the global stage, with his dynamic all-action displays for Sevilla helping them win the Europa League and earning him a spot in La Liga Team of the Year. But rather than move on 32-year-old Marcelo, who had missed 28 games with injury across the previous 2 seasons, and whose key passes had fallen 22% on 2018-19 levels, Zidane decided to offload Reguilon, who reportedly had a disagreement with Luka Zidane whilst in Castilla. This isn't an isolated incident. Zidane jettisoned Achraf Hakimi, contributor of 19 League and Champions League goals last season for Dortmund, forcing him to play Lucas Vazquez at right back for 9 games after Dani Carvajal injured his medial ligament. Theo Hernandez, Marcos Llorente and Mateo Kovacic have all been sold over the last 2 seasons for an €18 million profit, and have become key players at some of Europe's biggest clubs. All the while, the same problems exist within the club. Benzema, Ramos and Modric, 33, 34 and 35 respectively, are amongst Zidane's 8 most used players this term, and those over the age of 30 have played 22% of available minutes, compared to Barcelona's 19. You could argue Zidane doesn't have a choice. In a side shorn of natural goal scorers, Benzema has netted 29% of their league and Champions League goals this campaign, whilst their win percentage without Ramos is just 38%, compared to 61% when he is on the pitch. What's more, they have lost 7 of the last 9 Champions League matches without their captain. But if the supporting cast is shouldering some of the blame, so must Zidane's tactics, particularly his desire to press. It's been notable how often Real's midfielders charged forward this season to try and contain the opposition, with the percentage of their pressures in the final third jumping from 22% in 2019-20 to 24% this term. But the press is often unorganised and haphazard, with Courtois acknowledging as much after their 4-1 defeat to Valencia in November, the second time in 3 weeks they conceded 3 goals in a single game, saying, "We are being more attacking, including by pressing high up the pitch, and opponents can break easier." The results have been painful, with Real's expected goals against per game going from 0.9 last season to 1.1, 0.3 more than Atletico Madrid's. But to put it solely down to their pressing would be misleading. They look miles off their best in all areas, and their expected goal difference per 90 of 0.55 ranks 17th in Europe, making a Champions League push unlikely. Zidane's team selections have also frequently backfired. Since his return to the Bernabeu, he has managed 66 league matches with 10 defeats. Marcelo has started every one of those matches, whilst Mondi has only lost 15% of the 53 matches he's featured in since joining the club. Mendy isn't alone in often being unfairly overlooked though. Fede Valverde has only played 34% of the available minutes since returning from injury at the start of December, whilst 23-year-old Militao has only been given 3 League and Champions League starts all season and ranks 20th in the squad for minutes, only above Mariano and 25-year-old Alvaro Odriozola. But the two most chastening examples of Zidane's mismanagement have already departed. Jovic and Odegaard. After a breakout 2018-19 season in which Jovic scored 27 goals in 48 games, including 10 in 14 in the Europa League as Diadla beat Shakhtar, Inter and Benfica to reach the semi-finals, Jovic was linked with every major club in Europe. Real Madrid, however, managed to beat off competition for the then 21-year-old and signed him for €60 million on a 6-year contract. It proved a disastrous move for both parties. Jovic's arrival sparked Benzema into the form of his career as he scored 21 league goals, his second highest tally in a single season, and rightly appeared in 37 of their 38 league games. Jovic understandably was barely given a look in, with 8 league and Champions League starts across the next 18 months. His form suffered and his lack of confidence and trust from his teammates showed in the fact he completed just 9.8 passes per game, half his tally in Germany. Integrating into a new club in an unfamiliar country at such a young age, Jovic struggled to impose himself, and didn't help himself when he broke COVID restrictions in his native Serbia, leading to a fierce backlash. Now back with Eintracht on loan, Jovic has already netted 3 goals in 3 games, bettering his tally from 35 appearances with Los Blancos. When asked to comment on the Serbs' instant improvement, Zidane said, "When you're inside Madrid, you have to show what you can do within the competition. It's not the fault of the coach." But whilst Jovic may have been a case of right player, wrong time, Odegaard's treatment is truly bizarre. After 3 successful years spent in the Eredivisie, the 25-cap Norwegian was sent on a 2-year loan to Real Sociedad in the summer of 2019. It went spectacularly well. Despite it being the youngster's first proper taste of a European top 5 league, he responded with 4 goals and 6 assists in 31 league games as La Real finished 6th, their highest placing since 2013-14. Odegaard's numbers were superb. His 4 shot creating actions per 90 was only topped by Benzema, Jovic and Asensio in the Los Blancos squad, and his 141 passes into the final third was only bettered by 223 players in Spain, Marc Roca and Frankie de Jong, incredible given he only played 74% of the available minutes. Come August 2020, AS reported that Odegaard would be keen to continue his development under Imanol Alguacil in the Basque Country as agreed. But after a chat with Zidane, who assured him he would be considered for the first team, he returned to the Bernabeu 1 month before the season started. With James Rodriguez having been moved on, this didn't seem like the worst idea. But just 5 League and Champions League starts have followed, with Isco only playing 374 La Liga minutes to date, and Zidane only utilising a number 10 in 8 of their 27 matches this term. It begs the question, why did he bother recalling him? Odegaard might have missed 10 matches with calf and muscle injuries, but rather than easing him back into the first team on his return in mid-December, Zidane gave him just 5 minutes of action. And when he was left out of the squad for the Alcoyano debacle, Odegaard unsurprisingly pressed for a loan move. The future. Whilst loaning Odegaard and Jovic out for 6 months might not sound too disastrous on paper, it is indicative of a wider problem. Real are currently on track to finish with 80 points, 7 fewer than last year, and when only 1 player under the age of 27, the aforementioned Mondi, has started over 9 league games, Madristas are right to worry whether their exceptionally promising squad is going to waste for a mediocre present. Trying to transition out of an era in which you led your club to 1 league title and 3 consecutive Champions Leagues was never going to be easy, particularly when your marquee signing Eden Hazard flopped so spectacularly. But whilst you are never going to please everybody whilst in charge of a club like Real Madrid, Zidane's failure to successfully integrate the next generation will be something he ultimately pays for, not the club. So guys, that was our EFD Explain on why Real Madrid are failing their youth. What did you guys think of it? Let me know in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like, leave a button and click on screen for another great EFD video, and I'll catch you next time.